Have you ever noticed that the things you stop trying so hard to manifest seem to appear out of nowhere? Like when you stop searching for your lost keys, and suddenly, they're right in front of you. What if I told you that this is the key to unlocking everything you desire? The harder you try, the more you push it away. But when you shift into a state of relaxed certainty, things start flowing effortlessly into your life. In this video, I'm revealing why trying too hard actually blocks your manifestations, and more importantly, how to attract what you want without effort. By the end, you'll know exactly how to step into effortless receiving, and when you do, don't be surprised if the universe starts moving in your favor almost instantly. Stay with me, because this changes everything. And hey, if you haven't already, go ahead and hit that subscribe button and become a part of the Serving Your Success family. You know that feeling when you're desperately searching for something, like your car keys. Tearing the house apart and checking the same spots over and over? But then, the moment you give up and move on, they just appear in the most obvious place. That's not just luck. It's a perfect example of how manifestation actually works. The more you stress and obsess over something, the harder it seems to get. Whether it's love, money, success, or even finding your lost keys, that energy of desperation creates a block. It tells the universe, I don't have this, and I'm scared I never will. And that fear keeps pushing it away. But the second you relax and stop trying so hard, boom, it shows up effortlessly. Think about the times in your life when something amazing happened without you even trying. Maybe you weren't even looking for love, and suddenly the perfect person appeared. Or you stopped worrying about money, and an unexpected check came in the mail. These things feel like magic, but there's actually a pattern behind them. When you stop clinging so tightly, you create space for what you want to come to you. It's kind of like holding water in your hands. If you squeeze too hard, it slips through your fingers. But if you relax your grip, the water naturally pools in your palm. Manifestation works the same way. The universe doesn't respond to force, it responds to alignment. This is why people who don't stress about money always seem to attract more of it. They're not carrying the energy of lack, so money flows to them easily. It's why your friend who isn't desperate for a relationship suddenly has people lining up to date them. And it's why some of your best ideas hit you in the shower or right before you fall asleep, because your mind is relaxed and open to receiving them. So does this mean you should just stop wanting things? Not at all. Desire is natural. The key is to stop obsessing. When you trust that what you want is already making its way to you, you shift from chasing to allowing. And when you allow, you become magnetic. This whole concept isn't just a spiritual idea, it's backed by science. Your subconscious mind is way more powerful than your conscious thoughts, and when you stop micromanaging every little detail, your brain starts working for you instead of against you. Here's a simple example. Have you ever struggled to remember something? Maybe a name, a song, or a random fact. You rack your brain trying to recall it, but the harder you try, the blanker your mind gets. Then, hours later, when you're doing something completely unrelated, the answer just pops into your head. That's your subconscious mind at work. Even when you weren't thinking about it, your brain was still searching for the answer in the background. And the second you stopped forcing it, your mind delivered exactly what you needed. The same thing happens with manifestation. When you obsess over something, you actually block yourself from seeing opportunities because your brain is stuck in a loop of I don't have this. But when you let go and trust, your subconscious mind kicks in, quietly working to connect the dots and bring the right people, ideas, and circumstances into your life. This happens through something called the reticular activating system, or RAS. The RAS is like a personal assistant for your brain. It filters out unnecessary information and only lets in what's relevant to you. Right now, your brain is processing millions of pieces of information, but you're only aware of what your mind has decided is important. Ever notice that when you decide you want a certain car, you suddenly start seeing it everywhere? That car was always on the road, but before, your brain wasn't filtering for it. Once your RAS got the memo, hey, this car's important, it started pointing it out. Manifestation works the same way. If you're stuck in a mindset of lack, constantly thinking, where is it? And why isn't it here yet? Your RAS filters the world in a way that reinforces that belief. It keeps showing you evidence that you don't have what you want. But when you shift into trust, your RAS starts bringing opportunities, connections, and ideas into your awareness that align with your desires. Quantum physics takes this idea even deeper. At the smallest level, reality is just pure potential until it's observed. Meaning, what you focus on shapes what becomes real. When you obsess over something with a sense of lack, you collapse infinite possibilities into limitation. But when you let go and trust, you allow the universe to arrange things in ways your logical mind never could. So letting go doesn't mean giving up. It means shifting into trust. The moment you stop gripping so tightly, you create space for things to unfold naturally. And next, we'll dive into why wanting something too much can actually push it away, and what to do instead. Have you ever wanted something so badly that it felt almost painful? Maybe it was a relationship, a job, or a specific outcome you were desperate to manifest, but no matter how much you focused on it, visualized it, or tried to make it happen, it seemed to slip further out of reach. That's because wanting too much creates an energetic repulsion, pushing what you desire away instead of pulling it in. This happens because desperation carries the energy of lack. When you feel like you need something to happen, you're unconsciously affirming that you don't have it. And because energy attracts like energy, the universe mirrors that back to you. The more you obsess over something, the more you reinforce the feeling of not yet having it, which keeps it out of reach. Think of it like a magnet. When you're in a state of desire mixed with trust, you're like a magnet naturally pulling things toward you. But when you're desperate, you're flipping the polarity, repelling what you want instead. You can see this play out in relationships. When someone is overly attached, needy, or desperate for love, they often push potential partners away. But when they become confident, self-assured, and detached from the outcome, they suddenly become irresistible. This is why attachment is the biggest manifestation blocker. When you cling to a specific outcome, you're telling the universe, I don't believe this can come naturally, so I have to control it. But true manifestation happens when you release the need for control and trust that what's meant for you will come effortlessly. This doesn't mean you should stop wanting things altogether. Desire itself is powerful, it's the driving force behind creation. But there's a huge difference between wanting something and needing it to happen. When you want something, you hold the energy of possibility. When you need it, you radiate lack and fear. The secret is to want with openness, to set an intention, feel the excitement of receiving it, and then trust that it's already on its way. The moment you release attachment, you create space for what you desire to come in naturally. And now, let's explore exactly how to shift from desperate wanting to effortless receiving. And why this one shift changes everything. Imagine waking up tomorrow and knowing, without a doubt, that everything you desire is already yours. The relationship, the success, the financial abundance, the opportunities, they aren't coming to you, they already exist. How would you feel? How would you carry yourself? How would you think, act, and move through the world? This is the power of the already done mindset, and it's the key to effortless manifestation. Most people approach manifestation from a place of wanting, but wanting implies lack. The trick is to shift from wanting something to being the version of you who already has it. Instead of looking at your dream life as something in the future, step into the frequency of it right now. This shift changes everything because it rewires your energy. When you believe something is already yours, your thoughts, emotions, and actions align with that reality. You stop second-guessing, stop chasing, stop questioning if it's working. Instead, you move through life with a sense of relaxed certainty. And certainty is magnetic. Think about people who don't need money. They attract opportunities, investments, and abundance without struggle. It's not luck, it's the energy they carry. They expect wealth to flow to them, so it does. They don't obsess over every dollar, so money comes naturally. This principle applies to everything: relationships, career success, even happiness. The people who have the most love aren't the ones desperately searching for it, they're the ones who radiate it effortlessly. The universe responds to what you expect at a core level. If you believe something is uncertain, you create resistance. But if you believe it's already done, your reality begins shifting to reflect that. The goal is to start thinking, feeling, and acting as if what you desire is already unfolding. You don't check the clock, you don't beg the universe, you know. And when you know, you naturally attract. Let's talk about the surprising reason why doing less can actually bring you more, and how to master the art of detachment while still being open to receiving everything you desire. Have you ever set an intention, gotten excited about it, and then completely forgotten about it, only to have it show up in your life effortlessly? Maybe you wished for a certain opportunity, let it go, and then suddenly it appeared out of nowhere. This isn't just coincidence, it's the power of detachment in action. The less you obsess over your manifestation, the faster it arrives. Think of it like planting a seed. When you plant a seed, you don't keep digging it up to check if it's growing, you trust that it will sprout in its own time. But if you constantly hover over it, worrying and doubting, you disrupt the natural process. Manifestation works the same way. The moment you set an intention, the universe begins rearranging circumstances to bring it to you. But if you keep questioning, checking, and doubting, you create resistance that slows everything down. This is why forgetting your manifestation actually speeds things up. When you set an intention and then shift your focus elsewhere, you enter a state of allowing instead of forcing. You're no longer broadcasting the energy of lack or impatience. Instead, you're trusting that it's already taken care of. People who seem to effortlessly attract what they want are masters of this. They set their desires into motion but don't cling to them. They continue living their lives, fully engaged in the present moment, knowing that what's meant for them will come. Their energy is light, open, and expectant, never desperate. The real magic happens when you stop chasing and start being. Instead of worrying about when your manifestation will show up, shift your focus to the present. Find joy in the now. Take inspired action without attachment. And before you know it, what you once desired will show up naturally, without the struggle. Now, I'm going to uncover a powerful technique that lets you let go while still keeping your manifestations aligned with your reality, making the process even more effortless. There's a reason why people say, set it and forget it. This principle applies to everything, from cooking to business strategies to, yes, even manifestation. The key to effortless attraction isn't in constantly thinking about your desire, it's in setting your intention clearly, feeling the excitement of it already being done, and then moving on. This works because your subconscious mind is always at play. When you consciously obsess over something, you often introduce doubt, impatience, and fear. But when you set your intention and shift your focus elsewhere, your subconscious continues working in the background, drawing experiences and opportunities to you without resistance. Think of it like online shopping. When you order something, you don't keep checking if the company received your payment every 5 minutes. You trust that your package is on its way. The same applies to manifestation. The moment you place your order with the universe, your job is to go about your life as if it's already handled. A great way to practice this is through scripting or visualization. Spend a few minutes writing about or imagining your desired reality in vivid detail, as if it has already happened. Feel the emotions, immerse yourself in the experience, and then let it go. Avoid revisiting it constantly. Let it settle into your energy field and trust that it's unfolding. The moment you detach, you give the universe space to deliver. The fastest manifestations often happen when you almost forget you asked for them, because that's when you're in the most receptive state. But did you know that shifting your emotional state can accelerate this even further? Your emotions are more powerful than you may realize when it comes to manifestation. They act as the signal you're sending out into the universe. Your dominant emotional state, whether positive or negative, shapes the frequency you're vibrating at, and that frequency dictates the reality that's reflected back to you. In simpler terms, the more aligned your emotions are with what you want to experience, the more effortlessly your desires will manifest. Think about it. When you feel stressed, anxious, or frustrated, your vibration is low, and the universe responds accordingly, bringing more of what you don't want. On the other hand, when you feel joyful, grateful, and calm, your vibration is high, and you begin to attract more of the things that align with those emotions. So, emotional mastery isn't about faking happiness or trying to feel good all the time. It's about getting better at managing your emotional state and choosing to focus on the positives, even in challenging situations. One of the most powerful techniques for emotional mastery is the practice of gratitude. When you focus on the things you're grateful for, your emotional frequency rises. You begin to align with the energy of abundance, and from that state, manifestation becomes effortless. Start small each day. Take a few moments to list things you're grateful for, and notice how your emotional state shifts. This small shift in perspective can create a massive change in your manifestation process. Another tool for emotional mastery is self-validation. People often seek external validation from others or circumstances to feel good, but the true power comes when you can feel good within yourself without needing anything from the outside. This internal shift is key to becoming a magnetic force for what you desire. When you master the ability to feel good simply because you choose to, you automatically raise your vibration to match your desires, creating a natural pull toward your manifestations. One of the most misunderstood aspects of manifestation is the concept of action. People often think that manifestation requires constant effort, hustle, or pushing forward with sheer willpower. But the truth is, manifestation works best when you're aligned with the flow of the universe, when your actions come from inspiration rather than desperation. Inspired action is action that feels natural, effortless, and exciting. It comes from a place of knowing and trusting that your desires are already on their way. When you feel inspired to do something, whether it's taking a step toward your goal or simply following a new idea that sparks your interest, that action is in alignment with the flow of the universe. You don't have to force it or overthink it, it simply feels right. On the other hand, forced effort comes from a place of lack and desperation. It's the feeling of constantly striving, pushing, and doing more because you're worried that you're not doing enough to manifest your desires. This kind of action often leads to burnout, frustration, and resistance because you're trying to control the outcome rather than allowing it to unfold naturally. The key difference lies in your energy. When you're aligned with your desires and acting from a place of inspiration, your energy is open and receptive. You're in a state of flow, where things come to you with ease. However, when you're acting out of force, your energy is closed off. You're sending the message that you don't trust the process, and that resistance blocks the manifestation. The good news is that you can easily start to recognize inspired action. It feels light, exciting, and sometimes even a little playful. You might feel a pull towards something new or experience a moment of clarity that guides you in the right direction. It doesn't feel like a burden, it feels like a natural next step. As you practice this, you'll notice that your manifestations become less about hard work and more about alignment. When you're aligned, everything seems to happen effortlessly. And now, we'll explore how to recognize the signs that your manifestation is on its way, even when it seems like nothing is happening. As you begin to manifest more effortlessly, you may start to notice subtle signs that your desires are on their way, even when it seems like nothing is happening. The universe communicates with us in ways that are often easy to overlook if we're not paying attention. These signs can range from small synchronicities to powerful emotional shifts, each of which serves as a reminder that your manifestation is already in the works. One of the most common signs that your manifestation is near is the appearance of synchronicities, those moments when you come across people, opportunities, or situations that seem oddly timed but are exactly what you need. For example, you might run into an old friend who unexpectedly offers you the perfect business idea, or you might find the exact resource you need to take the next step in your manifestation journey. These synchronicities are not coincidences, they are the universe's way of showing you that things are aligning. Another sign is a sense of calm and trust. As you release resistance and stop obsessing over the outcome, you may feel a deep sense of peace knowing that everything is unfolding perfectly. Even though the physical manifestation may not be visible yet, you trust that it's coming, and that trust sends out a powerful signal to the universe to bring it into reality. Sometimes, manifestations show up in a form of temporary detours, a situation or opportunity that seems unrelated to your goal but actually brings you closer to it in an unexpected way. For example, you may not get the exact job you were aiming for, but the interview process connects you with someone who offers you an even better opportunity. These detours are a sign that the universe is guiding you in the right direction, even if it's not immediately apparent. It's also common to feel increased synchronicity in your thoughts and feelings. You may notice that you're thinking more clearly, feeling more intuitive, or experiencing random flashes of inspiration. This heightened sense of awareness signals that your vibrational frequency is aligning with your desires and that your manifestation is on the horizon. It's important to remember that, even when nothing appears to be happening on the surface, things are always moving behind the scenes. The universe is constantly rearranging itself to match your vibration, and often, the process is happening in ways that are invisible to the human eye. Trusting this unseen process is key to staying in alignment and allowing your desires to come to fruition. Finally, when you begin to let go completely and allow the universe to work its magic, you'll feel a sense of relief and freedom. The weight of needing your desires to show up will lift, and you'll realize that your true power lies in your ability to be present and trust that what you've asked for is already on its way. Pay close attention because now, it's time to discover how to embody the energy of the person who effortlessly attracts their desires, creating a magnetic force that pulls your dreams into reality. To become the person who effortlessly attracts their desires, you need to shift your identity to match the reality you wish to manifest. This transformation begins with adopting a mindset that aligns with the abundance, success, or peace you want to experience. It's not about pretending to be something you're not. It's about embodying the energy of the version of yourself who already has everything you desire. The first step in this process is self-belief. The more you believe that what you want is already yours, the more naturally it will come to you. This belief doesn't have to be perfect or unwavering, but it needs to be strong enough to guide your thoughts and actions. When you truly believe that your desires are inevitable, you stop fighting for them. You stop seeing them as something out there that you need to chase. Instead, you begin to feel that they are already a part of who you are, and this shift makes it easier for the universe to deliver them to you. Another key aspect of embodying this new energy is living in alignment with your desires. If you want to attract more abundance, act as though abundance is already part of your life. Surround yourself with reminders of the wealth, success, or happiness you're manifesting. This could mean decluttering your space to create room for new things, or it could mean taking inspired action that feels in line with your desires. When you live as though your dreams are already a reality, you naturally begin to attract experiences, people, and opportunities that reflect that energy. As you embody this new identity, it's important to practice patience. Manifestation isn't always instant. It takes time for things to come together in the physical world. But the more you live as the person who already has their desires, the more magnetic you become. People, opportunities, and circumstances will start to gravitate toward you as if by magic, all because you've shifted your vibration to align with what you want. A critical part of this transformation is self-compassion. Be gentle with yourself during this process. You don't have to be perfect or figured out to start attracting your desires. The universe isn't waiting for you to get everything right, it's responding to the energy you're putting out. The more compassion you show yourself, the easier it becomes to step into the person who attracts effortlessly. Finally, remember that manifestation is a way of life, not a one-time event. As you continue to align with the energy of your desires, it becomes a natural part of who you are. You don't need to constantly try to manifest, it simply happens because you've become the person who embodies abundance, love, or success. It's no longer a matter of forcing things to happen, it's about allowing your natural, magnetic energy to pull your dreams toward you. The next time you find yourself feeling frustrated or impatient, remember that effortless manifestation comes when you let go of control and trust the universe to deliver in its own perfect timing. It isn't about force, it's about flow. The moment you stop needing something, you align with it effortlessly. Think about the times you've received exactly what you wanted when you least expected it. That's the power of relaxed certainty. So, let this be your new mantra: what's meant for me is already on its way. Now, if you're ready to step into effortless manifestation, drop "I receive with ease" in the comments to claim this energy. Watch how the universe responds. If this message touched your heart and you'd like to support the channel, consider tapping the super thanks button found below. Your support helps us grow this community, and I'm deeply grateful for it. Please take a moment to like this video, share it with someone who could use this message today, and subscribe for more. And as we part for now, always remember, your light, your love, and your presence are a gift to the world. Until next time, keep trusting in the process and know that everything is unfolding perfectly for you. Keep your beautiful light shining bright.